they were the first American prisoners of this war, rounded up after an ambush that left Sergeant James Riley feeling like he was in the middle of a parking lot and everyone is shooting at you. Peter Baker of the Washington Post was with the unit that rescued them, and the former captives wanted Baker to know they did not give up without a fight.
But their guns were jammed by the sand and the dust of Iraq. And pretty soon they had nothing to fight with, and they had no choice but to surrender.
We were like Custer, said Riley.
They blindfolded them and bound them and put them in vehicles and took them away.
Taken first from Nasiriyah to a tin-roofed Baghdad prison, the 5 captives and 2 others from a downed U.S. chopper were isolated at times and terrified as American bombing runs came close enough to knock bricks off the walls of their cells.
Several of them told me that they expected to die.
Instead, they were treated by Iraqi doctors, fed 3 meals a day of chicken, rice, and tea, and assured no harm would come to them. The group was eventually moved out of Baghdad to one prison after another.
They've been moved all over 7 or 8 times over the last 3 weeks, particularly as the Americans got closer and closer to Baghdad.
Winding up in the small town of Samarra. As Chief Warrant Officer David Williams put it, we could feel that Iraq was collapsing. I could see the guards were nervous.
They didn't want to be the ones caught holding Americans.
So after their commanders fled, the guards apparently told American Special Forces where the captives were. 3 weeks of captivity ended in 2 minutes. The freed soldiers appeared dazed and exhausted, but exhilarated too.
I love you all, Marines! I love you all, Marines!
As the plane was landing, one of the airmen comes out and says, "Welcome to Kuwait."
I'm happy that I'm going home.
Goodbye, Iraq. Dean Reynolds, ABC News, New York.
Former POWs returning from Iraq. After an Easter church service at Fort Hood in Texas and a private meeting with the soldiers, Mr. Bush lightened the mood in front of the cameras.
Right, I tell you one thing about this guy, he is going to go see his children for the first time since he was captured. He hadn't even seen his children, so if you ask him questions, don't make it long, because see, we're holding a dad up from hugging 2 children.
Earlier this morning, the 7 former POWs were greeted by a huge crowd of flag-waving family and friends. A C-17 transport plane brought them back to Fort Bliss, a week after their release from captivity in Iraq. Under the tail of the plane, the returning soldiers were met with open arms. Among them, Shoshana Johnson, gripping an American flag. She was shot in both ankles by Iraqi fighters. This was an emotional homecoming.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your outstanding support. This means